Thank you everyone for joining us for this information session. Tonight we will be discussing the online and part-time graduate programs in environmental engineering, science, and management offered through the Whiting School of Engineering at Johns Hopkins University. My name is Cheryl Williams and I am the Recruitment and Marketing Specialist for the Whiting School of Engineering. With me tonight is Dr. Hedi Alavi. Hedi is the Program Chair for Environmental Engineering and Science, and Environmental Planning and Management. He also serves as the Assistant Dean for International Programs for the Whiting School of Engineering and is an Associate Teaching Professor for the Whiting School's full-time programs in the Department of Environmental Health and Engineering. Also with me tonight is Dr. Michael Robert. Michael teaches a number of courses for these programs, including Modeling Containment Migration through Multimedia Systems, Air Quality Control Technologies, Air Resources Modeling and Management, and Environmental Monitoring and Sampling. He serves as an academic advisor for students enrolled in these programs and works full-time as a branch head at Naval Surface Warfare Center, Carter Rock. He is also a graduate of our programs, earning his master's in environmental engineering in 2001. Completing our team this evening is Stella Uechi. Stella completed her master's in environmental engineering last December. She serves as an academic advisor to our students and works full-time as a project manager with the New York City Department of Design and Construction. For tonight's presentation, we'll start off with an introduction to Johns Hopkins Engineering. Next, Hedi, Michael, and Stella will discuss with you our online programs in environmental engineering, science, and management. Then we'll review some helpful information on tuition and payment options, and we'll end with next steps and important dates. So why study engineering at Johns Hopkins University? Johns Hopkins University was founded in 1876 as the nation's first research university. The School of Engineering opened its doors in 1913, and in 1915 it began offering part-time engineering coursework as night classes for technical workers. Since then, we've grown to offer more than 20 master's programs that can be completed part-time. 16 of these programs can be completed entirely online. In addition to our part-time programs, the Whiting School of Engineering has over 25 research centers and institutes, including our strong partnership with the Johns Hopkins Applied Physics Laboratory in Laurel, Maryland. We also offer full-time bachelor's, master's, and PhD programs that are offered in residence at our Homewood campus in Baltimore, Maryland. Our online and part-time programs are led by respected senior engineers from our Applied Physics Laboratory and faculty from our full-time programs. We are ranked in the top 25 best online graduate engineering programs by U.S. News & World Report. And of all the schools that are included in these rankings, we actually have the largest online part-time student population. So not only will you have lots of fellow students going through a similar learning experience, but these rankings really speak to the quality of our programs regardless of our size, and our school is experienced and well-equipped to help you navigate graduate education as an online student. The degree that you earn studying with us online is of the same quality as our full-time degree programs. Your diploma will not say online. You are eligible and highly encouraged to participate in commencement. And as a graduate, you will be one of more than 28,000 Whiting School alumni and will join our esteemed international alumni community. So that is an overview of who we are and the value of our programs. Now, Hedi is going to talk to you more about our environmental engineering, science, and management programs.
Good evening, everyone. This is Hedi Alavi. I'm pleased to have you online today to speak with you and to ask my colleagues to contribute to this session and answer any questions that you might have. Our environmental engineering, science, and management programs, they are all exclusively online. It is being offered within the Whiting School of Engineering, and the program leadership is, we have the program committee. I'm the chair of that committee, and the entire faculty of the Whiting School of Engineering, Department of Environmental Health and Engineering functions as the program committee for the 3 environmental programs that we have. In fact, this committee ensures that the instructions in the part-time program is one of the highest quality and it's consistent with the parallel programs in the full-time program. With regard to faculty, we have about 60 highly qualified instructors, faculty members. These are distinguished and experienced professionals, and we are requiring that each of them, the leading faculty members in this courses, they have to hold the highest academic degree in their field of expertise. They have demonstrated strong commitment to excellence in teaching. So that is really with regard to the program leadership. I also want to mention that many of the outstanding full-time faculty, these are nationally and internationally renowned faculty members from the full-time Department of Environmental Health and Engineering. They also teach in the programs. With regard to student body, as you can see, there are 24% in state, 72% out of state, and 4% international. They come from environmental consulting firms, from federal agencies, state agencies, such as Department of Defense, EPA, Maryland Department of the Environment, from Applied Physics Lab, from EA Engineering, from KCI, Booz Allen. Those are some of our clients that they provide the students. The average age is 31 years, and it is really also, it is not indicated here, but more than 50% of our students are women, and we are proud of it for this diversity. I guess I covered the faculty, but I just want to mention a couple of names here. For example, you would see the picture of Bob Summer, who is the former secretary of the Maryland Department of the Environment. And we see other colleagues here, the former president of the American Academy of Environmental Engineers and Scientists, and many more. I do not want to go over the details, but I just want to make sure that I share with you the outstanding faculty members that they are participating in this program. The programs that we are offering, we offer 3 programs, major programs, and graduate certificates and post-master's certificates associated with them. And these programs are Master of Environmental Engineering, Master of Science in Environmental Engineering, and Master of Science in Environmental Planning and Management. And they are offered, all of them are offered exclusively online. Master of Environmental Engineering, the Environmental Engineering program focuses on the design of the environmental engineering processes, infrastructures, remediation technologies, and treatment processes. We have wonderful courses in this program, and as I said, the main objective is really to teach you how to design these infrastructures. The Master of Science in Environmental Engineering and Science, the focus is on the fundamental concepts of physics, chemistry, biology, and geology as applied in the context of environmental issues. This is really with less emphasis on design and management. Okay, and then the Environmental Planning and Management degree program, which is also a master's degree program. This program focuses on the relationship between the environmental engineering science and management, also indicating a strong involvement of policy, inclusion of policy and analysis, and the role of economic factors in environmental management. And in many cases, the emphasis would be on water resources planning and decision-making tools, air resources management, and many policy courses and law enforcement and so forth and so on. The degree requirements. Each of these degree programs, all of them need 10 courses. I just want to emphasize that these courses are really rigorous and demanding. The program is a sort of terminal degree, so by that I mean you do not need any additional courses. Something that I would like to emphasize is it does not include a research, it is non-research. However, you are given the opportunity, you will be given the opportunity to do some project. This is an independent project. This is a course, independent project course that you could sign as one of your courses and get some research experience. Normally, this program is very flexible. You need 5 courses within your designated degree program, and the other 5 courses could be, again, you can take them within the same degree program or within the other 2 degree programs, environmental program. So it is focused, however, it is also flexible too. The certificate requirements, you need to, in your area of study, you need to take 6 courses, and from these 6 courses, 3 of them, they have to be at the higher level. And by the way, I forgot to mention that for the degree programs, you have 5 years to finish, but for the certificate programs, you have 3 years to finish. And basically, the postmaster certificates, they intend to add depth and or breadth in the field of the studies, in your field of study. And graduate certificate, normally applicants who are not interested in taking graduate level courses, they are interested in taking graduate level courses, but they are not necessarily interested in pursuing a full master's degree, then they pursue these certificates. I would like to inform you of this new program that we are offering in collaboration and cooperation with the Bloomberg School of Public Health. This is environmental and occupational health. By taking some courses, there you can take a focus or a certificate in this area in environmental and occupational health. And this is new, and I encourage you, if you applied, consider receiving a certificate from our renowned Bloomberg School of Public Health as well. With regard to admissions, we do not require GRE because, as you notice, the average age for students is 31 years old. They are 31 years old on the average. So really, they have a lot of work experience. We do not require GRE. For this specific degree, you should have an ABET accredited undergraduate engineering degree to get admitted to this degree. The GPA is 3 and above. When you are graduating from an engineering department program, then you have normally taken calculus, differential equation, fluid mechanics, or hydraulics, statistics, and these are normally on your transcripts. For the environmental engineering and science program, you need a bachelor's degree in engineering, natural science, but with some strong science and math, of course. The requirements, the highest level of math that you need is differential equations. If you do not have that, then you get admitted as a conditional student that you will given the opportunity to finish that and then start your program at Hopkins. The environmental planning and management program, you can have an engineering degree, a science degree, or economics, planning degree, a management degree. However, please note that this program is offered within the School of Engineering, so it requires math, calculus 1 and calculus 2, and also some science courses are recommended for this degree program. Now I ask Dr. Mike Roberts to shed some light on this conversation. Mike?
I hope everyone can hear me okay. So as Dr. Lavi mentioned, my name is Mike Robert. I'm a previous graduate of this program. When I got my Master's of Engineering degree in the part-time program, all the classes were taught in the classroom, and several of them were at the Homewood campus. Since transitioned to online courses, and I've taught now, I teach or co-teach 6 different courses, all online, for about the last 10 years. And so, as Dr. Lavi mentioned previously, these classes are rigorous. What does that mean? It means they are of the same quality of courses that you would get in the full-time program or at the Homewood campus or in a real classroom. And I can attest to that since I've done both. That means that, some schools or some online programs have reputations for being easier than full-time programs. This is not one of those schools. So, there are requirements for independent work. There are same amount of investigative research, reporting, critical thinking. All these things are present in the online classes to the same degree that they would be in a classroom or full-time program. So how are the courses delivered? So they are online, and they're a combination of synchronous and asynchronous. And so there's 3 academic semesters. The fall and the spring semesters are 14 weeks apiece. The summer's 12. And there are usually about the same number of modules in a class, 14 modules for a spring or fall class, 12 modules for a summer class. And the cohort, right, you and your peers that are signed up, anywhere from 5 to 20 students, just depending, you move through the class together. So you move through module 1 together. You can't get ahead of other people. Certainly you can fall behind. So that, in a sense, is very structured and, again, rigorous, and there are due dates for certain things. They're due on those dates for everyone. And so that's what this first sort of sub-bullet says. Students move through course material at a structured pace. But that doesn't mean you have to show up in a classroom, right? Like an hour on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You can get the work done throughout that week or that module, basically when you have time to do it, for the most part. And so if you need to do some reading, or if you want to take a quiz, or if you want to view lecture content, that's available to you, not just streaming, but you can also download it. So you can download a couple lectures to your phone, watch them on an airplane, in airplane mode. And so the material's available not just online, but you can get the material offline. And so you can do it, again, while you're on the bus, while your kids are sleeping or whatever. But there's a lot of synchronous opportunity as well. So one thing that's common throughout almost all classes is synchronous weekly office hour session, where you can do what we're doing now. You can use WebEx or Adobe Connect or any kind of collaborative space where it's an opportunity for people to come together, ask questions, go over homework, go over course requirements, talk about projects, talk about the news or who's going to win the Super Bowl or anything like that. Certainly, there's communication devices for you to get in touch with each other, right? There's discussion forums that are live and open 24/7. There are additional collaboration tools within Blackboard, which happens to be the sort of dual-sided platform that Johns Hopkins uses for course delivery. And oftentimes there are requirements for you to work with other students, and you have to figure that out between the group in which you're working. So maybe, if you live near each other, you can meet for pizza. If you don't live near each other, you're going to have to get on a conference call or, again, a WebEx. And so there are some structured synchronous things, and there are some non-structured synchronous things. But there's no lack of opportunity for communication, right? The instructors are logging into the class almost every single day of the week. It's a very high-touch platform. So what do the courses have in them? So there's a number of activities and there's a number of assessments. And so activities, there's a lot of voiceover lecture. So imagine you're in a classroom I'm in front of you and I'm going over some slides or drawing things on a smart board or giving a demonstration, that's all pre-recorded for you. So you can, again, either download or watch streaming pre-recorded PowerPoint, or somebody doing equations on a smart tablet, or maybe even a video of, you know, somebody pouring 2 test tubes together, right? And so there's a number of sort of the traditional lecture materials that are available. Again, there are discussion sections, some of which are optional, some of which are required, usually covering topical things, but it can also cover different course material. There's reading material, some required, some optional. Some books have, some courses have required textbooks, some don't, but there's always some reading. There are certainly projects. This is applied research. It's applied engineering, you know, so you're not doing a lot of basic research, but you're taking things and applying them to solve real world problems. And so most courses have some kind of project. It's either over the course of the term or part of the term, and it's applying what you learn to something that's relevant and timely. And the expertise applied, I believe, is the motto of the program. There are some quizzes sometimes. They can be embedded in Blackboard or not to cover, did you understand the material, the reading material, the lecture material? There can be exams, and those can be timed or open book or proctored, or, you know, there's every bit of delivery option that you would get. And again, if there are face-to-face opportunities geographically and depending on, you know, your preferences. So there's a lot of different ways to get material. There are a lot of different assessment techniques, and you might even need to do a voiceover PowerPoint and upload it, you know, to something like VoiceThread or a discussion section. So it's not unidirectional flow of information. It's coming back from you, and then the discussion sections are, again, a way to interact with your peers. So I've already touched on this next bullet. It says many different technologies, right? Streaming, static, reading, courses, projects, some independent projects, some group projects. I have a course where people run models on the internet as different groups and then negotiate the results over the course of a couple weeks. It's whatever is available, and it's always changing because technology is changing. Every time we redo a course, there's usually something interesting and new. So we're pretty cutting edge when it comes to the technologies. It says expect 10 hours a week per online course on average. That's pretty standard. Again, you know, if you took 3-hour credit course in the classroom, you'd probably be spending about 2 or 3 times that amount outside the classroom to do the reading, to do the projects, to do homework, and to interact socially or, you know, academically. I'd like to reintroduce Stella. She has more recent student experience that she'd like to share with you.
Good evening, everyone. Just like I was introduced, my name is Stella Weiche. I'm kind of a recent graduate from the Johns Hopkins University. I finished my program in December 2016 and had my commencement this year in May. I'm just going to share a few of my experience as a student with you this evening. So during my stay, I had the opportunity to exchange ideas with other professionals in the sense of not just the lecturers and the professors, but also the students, like Ms. Sherry had initially, or Mr. Alavi had said earlier on. We have diverse people in this program, people from different fields of life, working with different companies out there, the federal government, the state government, and the private sector, and they come in with their different professional ideas. And as students, we're able to communicate together using the forums Dr. Michael had earlier mentioned, the discussion board. We had group projects, and during these activities and assessments, we get to interact, we get to share our different ideas and help each other become better professionals when we get out there. Also, the professors in this program are the best you could get out there. They have the open door policies. You could either reach them by their phone or emails, and I can assure you, you'll get your response within 24 to 48 hours. Most times you get your response right away, and they're always willing to help you. You're doing your homework or a project and you're stuck somewhere. you could always run back to them to ask questions, to say, oh, I need help with this or that, and they're always sure to help out with any issues you have. Also, the course modules we had during the course of my program made academic planning very easy. Like Dr. Mike had mentioned, you have modules, and each week there's a new module, such a way that you can easily plan ahead of time. You're going at a pace that's been set for you, so you're not able to go too fast, and you shouldn't go too slow either, because you don't want to fall behind. So every week you have a set of work for you: the reading, the discussion. You have the assessment for the week, assignments, or whatever you have to do, and you can easily plan your time for the week. Like he said, it's a rigorous program. If you want something very easy to get by with, this is not a program. This is a program that brings out the best in you. You have to work hard to get there, but modules very much simplified to help you plan your time. And if you just follow the schedule, you will do just fine. Also, the classes, for the 10 classes I took, I found them very relevant. The topics were very practical. We had group projects in which we were able to exchange ideas and we were able to learn from each other. We had the discussion board where we could equally bring in our practical experiences from our fields of life. We could get feedback from the professors and their experience. And everything together, I found that in my place of work, I could apply the knowledge I had gained from this program in my day-to-day life. Also, the discussion topics we had during my course of the program, I found that it encouraged me to always want to go back there and study more, to learn more. We're always challenged. Each week was a challenging week. We had challenging questions to bring out the best in us, to encourage us to go in and dig further, to experience, to understand this topic better. We also had classes where we were encouraged to go in for the field trips, and going out there to see these things for yourself makes it easier to understand what the topics are all about and brings it to life, making it a better experience for all of us. I'm sure all of you would have a good time in this program, and I'll be handing over to Ms. Sherry.
All right. Thank you. Thank you again, Hetty, Michael, and Stella. Now we'd like to share some information to help you take this next step. Some of the most common questions that our admission teams gets from prospective students is, what is the tuition and what resources are available to help me pay? So here it is. Our tuition is currently $4,055 a course. Our courses are each 3 credits. So this is the total tuition cost for each 3-credit course. Because our tuition fluctuates every year due to inflation, we encourage students to budget $45,000 total for their degree. What is really wonderful is that in addition to tuition, our students do not pay any fees. So in addition to this number, there are no tech fees that you will have to pay. Our online and part-time students do not pay a student union fee. We actually do not charge a fee to submit your application for admissions, so there is no application fee. The only fee that our students pay is a fee at the end of their study with us known as a graduate's fee. You have a variety of financing options available to you depending on your personal circumstance. I really encourage you to investigate and to take advantage of any education benefits that your employer may offer. I would say that the majority of the students studying with us online and part-time actually receive some form of tuition support from their employers. So definitely contact your HR representative, your manager, see what resources are available and open to you. Unfortunately, we do not have any scholarships available for our online and part-time graduate students, but there are other associations and organizations that do. For example, the National Consortium for Graduate Degrees for Minorities in Engineering, otherwise known as the National GEM Consortium, offers fellowship programs. The rules, requirements, and application instructions can all be found on GEM's website. You can easily find their website by just Googling GEM, G-E-M. Please note that the application deadline for this fellowship program is coming up, and it's coming up rapidly. It is actually, the deadline is November the 13th. So a couple more days left there if you would like to take advantage, but it's a great program, and I encourage you to research more if you're interested. If you are a U.S. citizen or a qualifying U.S. resident, you may be eligible to use financial aid. The financial aid that is available for graduate students is largely unsubsidized loans. So similar to that, you can, of course, finance your education through a personal loan, as it says right here. And if you are active or retired military and you have veterans benefits, you can, of course, utilize these to finance your education. We do have a number of active duty and retired military enrolled in our online and part-time programs. If you're planning on using veterans benefits, here are some things to keep in mind. The URL that you see here on the screen, ep.jhu.edu/veterans, has some great information on what forms you need to complete and to submit in order to utilize veterans benefits at Johns Hopkins. For students who are using Chapter 33 post 9/11 benefits, please know that the Department of Veteran Affairs sets an annual cap on tuition for private schools. That cap is $21,970.46. So this cap is, again, for an entire academic school year. It includes fall, spring, and summer semesters, and then it renews again every fall. 5 courses will come in under that tuition cap. So if you have 2 courses in the fall, 2 courses in the spring, and then 1 in the summer, that would come under the tuition cap. 6 courses will exceed the tuition cap. The cost for 6 courses is $24,330. Johns Hopkins is a yellow ribbon school. How yellow ribbon works at Johns Hopkins is that it is applied in the summer semester only, or once the tuition cap is exceeded. And if it is exceeded, qualifying students can receive up to $1,000 per year. It's awarded on a first-come, first-served basis. The last thing I wanted to mention in relation to veterans benefits is recent. In 2017, the Harry W. Colmery Veterans Educational Assistance Act, otherwise known as the Forever GI Bill, was signed into law. This law expands on the veterans education benefits offered through Chapter 33 post 9/11 GI Bill. For example, it removes the benefits expiration dates for those who are discharged or released from the military on or after January 1st of 2013. So if that's you, you now have an unlimited amount of time to utilize your veterans education benefits. They do not expire. For more information on the Forever GI Bill, I encourage you to visit military.com and just search Forever GI Bill. Military.com has a lot of really great information on what is included in this bill. For students located outside the U.S. and are interested in studying with us, here are some helpful tips to keep in mind. You are welcome to study with us from your home country through our online programs, regardless of whether or not you are here in the country or you're in your home country. You do have some additional admissions requirements. International students must first submit an international credit evaluation of any credit earned at non-U.S. institutions. We encourage students to use WES. They are a third-party credit evaluation service specifically for this international credit evaluation. International students also must provide proof of English proficiency via, for example, qualifying scores on a TOEFL exam. Unfortunately, students enrolled in these programs are not eligible to use an F1 visa. They will not meet the requirements for an F1 visa, student visa, as this visa requires students to enroll in full-time on-site courses. These programs exclusively feature online coursework, so just please keep that in mind. Next steps and important dates. So if you are interested in enrolling in one of these, the programs that we've discussed this evening, your first step is to submit your application for admissions. The way you do this is just by visiting the URL that you see on your screen, ep.jhu.edu/apply. As I said previously, we do not charge an application fee. Next, you'll need to submit your academic transcripts as well as your professional resume. We offer rolling admissions for our online and part-time student. That means that we do not have any firm application deadlines. Please know that it takes typically takes about 4 to 6 weeks from the time that we receive a student's full application, so their application and then all of their supplemental documents, to when the admissions department and the academic department can review those documents and then issue that applicant a decision letter. So with that in mind, here are some important dates. Our spring semester registration is already open. It opened on October the 26th, and the semester itself opens on January the 29th. So if you are interested in studying with us in the spring 2018 semester, I encourage you to submit your application as soon as possible, ideally well before December 15th. I just want to take this moment. Team, thank you so very much for your work this evening. Thank you for all this great information on these academic programs and for sharing your experiences. And thank you to all of you, our attendees, for your time.